You are tuned in to Kids
In the pit.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm joined by Scott Mangino from the band Chemical X. Thanks for joining me.
Hello. Hi.
So, what do you do in Chemical X?
All right. So in Chemical X, I play the drums. I am the drummer of the band.
Nice. Yeah, I I'm in a band called World of Chaos, which I mentioned a bunch of times on this podcast, but I play guitar and sing in that. But I also just like play drums for fun and play along to songs, and drums are just very fun.
I have heard of World of Chaos. I've definitely heard of your band.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I can't play anything else but drums. So it's cool that you're able to hop from instrument to instrument. I've always wanted to be able to do that. But um I don't know. I just was always a drummer.
Yeah. You're in New Jersey, right?
I am. I'm in North New Jersey, like tip of the
Yeah.
state.
We're in Delaware, but recently it was August 31st. We played a show in Mount Holly, New Jersey, South Jersey.
You like New Jersey?
Yeah, but you know Mount Holly, New Jersey? Mount Holly, New Jersey? I can't speak right now.
I don't think I've ever been there personally, but I mean, it's not that big of a state. It's probably not too far from where
Yeah,
I'm from. Um,
it's like South Jersey, so it's probably like maybe an hour and a half, something like that. Two
I'll
hours.
definitely have to check it out one day. I'll
Yeah.
definitely have to.
Yep. Maybe we can play a show with you guys someday.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'm down for whatever. I mean, like, there's always gonna be another show, and we're
Yeah.
always looking for bands to play with. So I'm sure in time,
Yeah.
fingers crossed, maybe it'll happen.
I saw recently you guys played I think it was a few months back. You guys played a Bonk Spar with Push and uh yeah, one of the bands on there we're friends with. They're called Push.
Oh,
You
I love the drummer of Push. Adam Biegler is a
Yeah,
legend.
he's
They're
awesome.
great. Yeah.
You know his other band Vulture Raid?
Um,
They're from
I
Philly.
I don't, but I did see him play. We just got off a East Coast tour. We played with Beef at Creep Records, and he was actually subbing in for Beef on the drums. But I haven't heard of his other band.
Oh. I think he's in like three actual bands, but I think he's just filling in for Beef. So I'm pretty sure he's in Vulture Raid, Push, and Big Handsome, I think.
Yeah, yep, you were right about that. Yep. He
Yeah,
got a lot on his plate.
yeah, for sure. We met him in June at when Push and Beef opened for Murphy's Law.
I saw the flyer for that.
Yeah, and we just hung out with him, and then it was just an awesome show.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. That sounds
Yeah, it
really
was
cool.
great. So, how old were you when you started playing drums?
Hmm. I get that question a lot, and I feel like I give a different answer every time, but I would probably say that I was around like 11 or 12 when I first really started to take drums seriously. I mean, I knew ever since I was a kid, my father got me and my brother, who's also my guitar player, into bands like Kiss and the Ramones, and we got into like those theatrical bands that you could listen to them, but if you see them live, like it's a completely different experience. And ever since I was a kid, like I knew that I wanted to play drums in a band. And I mean, I'm 22 now. I just turned 22 a couple days ago. So I've been at it for half of my life, and it doesn't feel like that long a time, but definitely made some progress.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen some of your like Instagram posts where like you're playing drums. You're really good at drums, like
Thank you.
covers.
It means so much to me. I mean, I only started uploading daily on Instagram. Like I have a music page, SM Drum 02, and I only started uploading daily like reels like 6 months ago, and I mean my page has grown a lot like since then. I mean I passed 10,000 followers a couple of days ago. I mean, you guys probably found me or my band like probably through that page. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean,
I don't know how. I mean, my dad showed me your band and your page, so I would have to ask him.
well, that's very much appreciated. I'm glad that he showed you, because I mean, yeah, I've definitely been I've been I've been grinding, I mean, I just graduated college, so I mean, I want to be a professional musician, I want to be, this is what I want to do with my life, and like now's the time to do so. So
Also, my dad's a drummer too, so he's been in a good amount of bands. So how many bands? So my turn to win. Prone. Okay, so four bands. Yeah, four. I think.
so your dad's cool because he plays drums.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say it.
Yep.
Any drummer
We.
is a friend of mine.
Yep. His current band that he's in, I also play bass in it. We're called Thought Control.
I've heard of Thought Control too. Like see, it's such a small world. I didn't know that you played in there, obviously, but I've definitely heard of like these band names before.
Nice. I play bass in Thought Control, and yeah, he plays drums. Which I already mentioned. Yeah, most of the members are from New Jersey, so the other three members, but me and my dad are from Delaware.
Yeah. I
So
mean, it's not too far away,
yeah, we're
not
like
that
an
bad.
hour from each other,
Yeah.
something like that.
Could be worse.
Yeah. So wait, what genre would you say Chemical X is?
Ooh, that's a tough one to pinpoint too. I mean, we are very much inspired by classic 80s punk bands from the West Coast, like The Descendants, Black Flag. I would definitely say that we are a melodic hardcore punk band, like you see like there's a lot of like hardcore bands that are around nowadays that are like playing like that sort of beat down style, and I don't you might have listened to a couple of our songs, maybe one, but we're not like a band like that, like where we have melodic and pop sensibilities, but we're tough and we play fast and loud, and I think it's a good mixture of the two, and there's not a lot of bands, at least in my opinion, around today that are doing that sort of thing and doing it well, like I don't know if you've probably listened to the Descendants, I would hope, right?
Yeah, definitely. I saw them
Yes.
in Reading, PA, 3 days ago. No, Tuesday. Tuesday, not 3 days.
I
So
wanted to go,
yeah,
but I
but
couldn't.
actually, my so Camp Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay, so there's this guy called the Punk Cellist, and he covers punk
He
songs.
just followed me on Instagram.
He did?
Yeah, I followed him back the other day.
Nice. Yeah, he's awesome. He let me sing a Descendants cover with him at Camp Pennsylvania. And super long story short, like we managed to meet, get in contact with Milo.
He saw the video. Go ahead.
Yeah, he saw the video. Um, he let me sing it in Reading, PA with
Oh,
them
that's
on stage.
awesome. That is so awesome. I'm so
Yeah, it was
happy
awesome.
for you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
they're
Also,
they're the best.
I can't like la la la. I can't sing like that. So I have to like do like hardcore vocals, like scream it, kinda.
Yeah, but you're still doing it, baby.
Yeah,
You're still doing it.
it still sounded really good. And
Yeah.
once I got off stage, when I was done singing, he said, "That's the death metal version."
Yeah, they're the best. They're
Yeah,
the
that
best.
song I sung was Suburban Home.
When I saw them a couple months back at Starland. Milo gave me the mic for, when they were singing, they were playing Thank You. And it was cool, I had my
Yep.
shirt that said thank you for playing the way you play on there.
Was he
And
got to sing like on stage, or he just put the mic in your face?
yeah, he put the mic in my face, and I mean, like, definitely going on stage would be cool, but
Yeah.
maybe it'll happen in time,
Yeah, you never know. There was
You never
this
know.
14-year-old kid, and he had like a sign at a something, but it said, I think it was a big old paper sign. It said, "I can play Suburban Home on guitar," and then they also brought him up to play guitar and I sung. So he pretty much took over half the band.
See, now that I know that, the next time that I go to a Descendant show, I'm gonna write a little thing that says, "Let me play drums."
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. Yo, playing Bill's kit would be awesome.
Don't even get me started. Don't even. He's my hero. I
Yeah,
don't know, dude.
he's really good.
One thing that I will flex on this podcast, literally 2 days ago, the Descendants reposted my drum cover on their page.
That's awesome.
And they followed my music page. They only followed like 56
Crazy.
people. Like, I'm not gonna geek out. Let me not geek out. Sorry.
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Have you noticed that like on Bill's drum kit, like the floor tom and the ride are like angled like crazy? So like the snare will be like this, and then the floor tom's like this almost, and then the ride's like it's like it's like
It's like in a weird angle.
it's a really weird angle. I guess
I
that's
have noticed
just
that. I study Bill's
yeah.
kid. I study what he does, and like, I mean, it's definitely because obviously, like they play quick as hell. He needs to be able to, shift from a tom to another tom to the cymbals. Like he's got a
Yeah.
very, very his setup. It's smart. I
Yeah.
definitely stole that from Bill.
Yeah. He also plays like super, super light. Like he
Yes, he
like
does.
barely hit. He just like it's almost like he's jazz drummer. Like he hits it super like light.
Cause he's the professional. He's
Yeah.
got it all figured out. Like that's what I'm gonna say.
Also with I think if he did hit hard, he would have to move his ride from the floor tom because they're like this close. They're
I mean, like,
so
look,
close together.
here's what I think, right? Like this dude Bill is like 62 years old. He's been doing this for over 40 years of his life, probably 4 times your lifetime, 2 times mine. Like, I mean,
I think
almost,
like 5 times.
yeah,
Yeah.
like give or take, like, dude, these guys are the professionals, and seeing them, do it nowadays, it's truly magical. And I mean, one of my dreams is to be able to have Chemical X open up for the Descendants one day.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
I think
amazing.
I think it could, I got my fingers crossed. They've got a
Yep.
couple good years left. And we're just getting started, man.
Yep. I mean, yeah, they've definitely like mastered their craft over their 40 years they've been together?
Oh, I think you might be right about that.
Something like that.
That's a very, very nice observation that you made. But I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you.
Yeah, but they're great.
One of the best bands to ever do it.
Yeah, sure. So, who are some other drummers who inspired you?
Whew. Okay, so we already said Billy S. Billy S. The Descendants. He's number one, right?
Yep.
I'm also very much inspired by the original drummer, the Circle Jerks, Lucky. He was phenomenal back in the day. Tommy and Marky Ramone, they are extremely important. Also, like I don't really listen to the Dead Kennedys that much, but DH Peligro, he's great. Like all those like classic 80s punk bands. I can't forget Robo too, like Robo, Black Flag, and the Misfits. Like, there's a lot of drummers from all these classic punk bands that I definitely idolize and look up to. And like, I mean, they're the reason why I do what I do. Like they are the reason for all of it. So I'm very grateful for them. And
Yeah.
they're my heroes.
Mhm. Um, who is it? You mentioned one of them, and I think it was after Circle Jerks. Who did you say after Circle Jerks?
Was it Marky Ramone?
Marky Ramone. Yeah, Marky Ramone. So at this like convention in New Jersey, Marky Ramone had like he was like a guest person. Yeah, he had like a booth,
Yeah.
and you could like get a picture and like sign drumsticks with him for like $50 or something. Yeah, I don't know, but we did it because it's Marky Ramone,
Of
and I
course.
have a pair of signed drumsticks, and we have a picture with him.
That is so awesome. Never, don't ever lose that photo.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I met him probably like 10 years ago at like a book signing, somewhere in Jersey, and that was definitely a formative moment for me. I might have been your age, maybe a little younger, but yep, that was awesome. He's great. He's the goat. Like I love seeing him like on the hi-hat with his fingers, like like that is something that I've actually been working on trying to replicate for a little while now.
Yeah.
You
He's
know,
the
um,
is he the last Ramon that's still alive?
well, all the original members of the band are deceased, unfortunately, but Marky, you could consider Marky an original member. He was there in '78 after Tommy left, and he really just he took what Tommy was doing and just rolled with it, and just he just got so fast. And oh man, I could geek out. I could keep geeking out. But yeah, Marky is definitely and he's like 70 years old. Like he could be
Yeah.
our grandpa. Like you know what
He's
I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh man.
Technically, he could be like a grandpa if all the generations had their kids really young,
Yeah, if we're gonna get
like at like
technical,
20.
yes. But don't make him feel that old. Don't make
Yeah.
him feel
He's
that
not
old.
he's not he I mean
He looked good too.
yeah,
He didn't look old.
he didn't look like he look old. No, I'm kidding.
Thanks.
Oh wow.
I'm
Oh
kidding.
wow.
But I'm kidding. I think he looks like 50.
Maybe, yeah.
56, definitely not 70 though.
I mean, you got to give it to the guy. He's been doing it for like 50 plus years. I can't imagine being like, having played for that long, but that just goes to show that these guys are the professionals. So, what can I say?
Hmm. Anyways, how long has Chemical X been a band?
We have been a band since we announced ourselves as a band in April of 2021. So it's been 3 years and a couple of months since we announced as a band, but we were playing together probably like 6 months before that. Like just, writing material, we didn't want to announce as a band and not have anything to show for being in a band. Like, being in a band is, like the music is very important to us, and we wanted to at least have an like something to put out. So we recorded a 4-song EP in that time, and we put it out in June of 2021, so 2 months after we formed. But sorry, I'm going off a tangent on a tangent to answer. Yeah, we've been around for a bit over 3 years at this point.
Nice. So where do you live and did you grow up there?
Okay, I live in a nice little town in North Jersey called Little Ferry in Bergen County. Um, I grew up in the town right next to Little Ferry. It's called Moonachie. It's a very small town, everybody's like close knit, And I mean, I would definitely say that I mean, it's my home, Like I love
Yeah.
it here. I don't want to stay here forever, obviously. Like I'm trying to tour the world, and I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice in here. I live with my father and my grandfather and my brother, and we have a big studio in the back that Chemical X rehearses in, that we built from the ground up, that I'm very grateful for. And this is everything we need. It's right here in this little town. And I mean, I'm grateful.
Yep. I mean, New Jersey is a pretty cool place to live. Like you're close to New York.
That's
Um,
that's what I'm thinking. Like I don't know if I could live in New York, but like I mean, if I want to go there, I just hop on the bus and I'm there in 20 minutes.
yep.
Like
You're also like not that far from Philly, right? How far is Philly? Like an hour?
probably
Not
like an
too.
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh.
It's
But
not that far though.
I mean, but there's tons of shows in New York,
Hmm.
so it's
It's a cool
probably
spot to be. It's a cool spot to be, because we could shoot anywhere that, we want to go. Obviously, not too far, but we're in, like people like to hate on New Jersey, in my opinion. Which yeah, Jersey
I
kind of
think
sucks. But I don't
some
know.
parts.
Wait, what were you saying?
I was just saying. I was just saying that some parts, but most parts of New Jersey are cool.
Yeah, you get to some parts that are a little iffy, but it's cool around here. I'll
Yeah.
say.
Also, like, so you're not just close to New York, you're also close to like other parts of New Jersey, which they have shows in a lot.
I mean, Jersey's pretty happening with like, like shows, like you said,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of stuff going on around here, you know?
How are you super far from like Connecticut? Because there's a bunch of shows in there. There's a bunch of shows over there too.
I would probably say we're about like an hour, 2 hours away. We're definitely
Okay.
not super, super far.
Yeah, it's not horrible. Delaware is also a good spot because we're an hour from Philly, an hour and a half from Baltimore, like an hour from South Jersey.
Yeah, I know a couple of spots in Delaware. We played like a spot called Free Parking. It was by some college. I don't
Oh
exactly remember.
yeah,
Um,
I I messaged do you know Rainbow Records in Newark?
yeah, they're from Delaware, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we played a show there and they gave us a bunch of contacts.
See, that's good. That's what it's about. It's about making the contacts and doing the networking and, you know.
So okay, so is it possible to pause this? Because I'm actually about to crap my pants. I have to go to the bathroom
Really?
so bad.
Hurry up.
Yes. I'm
You
sorry.
got 1 minute, hurry.
1 minute.
Take your time.
Go. If you gotta go that bad, you'll be able to go that quick.
Gabe, welcome back.
Okay. So
The lighter?
yeah, that was Dad's fault because he got me a Boston cream donut, and I guess that messed up my stomach. Okay. What's a Chemical X song people should look up?
What's a Chemical X song that people should look up? That's a good question. I mean, we have a song called Raid. It's our most popular song. Um, and it's definitely a catchy one. It's a catchy tune. It's got fun riffs, it's got a fun chorus that, you could remember. I would probably say Raid, but also, one of my favorite songs that we have released right now by the band, it's off of our latest release. We put out a single called Mawkish with 3 songs, and it's the title track of that release. It's a song called Mawkish, and it's a little bit different for the band. It's more of there's still punk elements there, but it's like a love song, and it's it's melodic and it's cool, and I definitely think that you guys would maybe enjoy it.
Nice, I'll check it out. So what was the first punk hardcore metal show you attended, and how old were you?
Ooh. Um, I mean, I don't see, it's hard because like I mean I went to many Kiss shows with my father when I was younger. Like I think my first ever show was a Kiss show. I was like it's probably like 10, 11, you know? But I mean, I've been playing like music for a long, long time at this point, and like, I don't know if this sounds weird, but like, I feel like I get my fix of going to shows through playing them. I mean, I go to shows every now and then. Like, I've seen The Descendants and Circle Jerks and Adolescents twice, but I'm not really one to go out to shows because, like I said, I mean we've been playing in bands for a long, long time, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have to go out to shows. It's just weird. It's weird. I guess a Kiss show when I was like 11 to answer your question. I don't know.
Yes. So I mean, so I've seen Descendants and Circle Jerks because you know how they're doing that like tour where it's like they're doing that. It's like Descendants Circle Jerks, and they've done it like 3 times already. The tour.
Yeah, and then they have an opener.
Yeah. Um. So I've seen one show from each of those tours. So I've seen the Descendants with the Circle Jerks 3 times now.
See, that's awesome. One more
So
time than I've seen them, so I'm a bit jealous of you.
so when was the I wonder where I'm trying to think where was the first one?
Stroudsburg?
Yeah, Strasburg, Pennsylvania. and then the second one was in Philly, and then the third one, which was like last Tuesday, was in Reading, and it was where I got to sing with them.
It's funny that you say Stroudsburg, because I think we
Yeah.
might have even been at that show together.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so
That
back
that was last
late-
year, right?
yeah, maybe mid to late 2023,
June.
maybe.
June.
Yeah, we were at the same show. We were there together.
Nice.
Oh man, what a small world.
So wait, were you just not on the? Did you just not go to this third one then? Because you said you went to the second one at the Starland.
Yeah, so I went. My first one was it was in PA, and then I guess the second one, because I've only seen them twice. Yeah, that was at Starland, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah. You didn't see them at. Did they go to the where did they go after it? What did they go to?
Said there was one in Jersey, you just couldn't go, I think.
It might have been the Starland.
I don't know. I don't think they'd go there.
They're playing all over the place. It's hard to
Yeah.
keep, but
Yeah. So what's a band Chemical X has played with that you're proud to say you've played with?
oh, that definitely goes to the Nightbirds. Have you ever heard of the Nightbirds?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so they're not around anymore, unfortunately, but they were around for I think like 10 years. And I'm pretty cool friends with the lead singer of that band. His name is Brian Gorsigner. And they were a great punk band from New Jersey. And in late 2022, we played their final show with them at the House of Independence with Restraining Order, Nightbirds, and Bacchae was the other band that was on there. And that was probably the biggest opportunity that we ever got as a band, because we played in front of like 300 people, you know.
Nice.
But I was very honored to be able to, they're not like the most known band in the world, but they made their mark in, in their scene, and I was very honored to be able to play their last show for them.
Yeah. So Restraining Order, we're really good friends with Keith, their bassist.
Mhm.
Yeah. So do you know the Fest in Florida in
Best
Gainesville?
22.
Yeah. So they played, and me and Keith just walked around Gainesville and played Pokemon Go the whole time.
Oh, see, that is awesome. He's a very cool guy, Keith. I mean,
He's
we played
awesome.
Order once too. I would say Restraining Order was a cool band to play with.
Yeah.
I hope that we could, share the stage with them again one day.
You said you guys I think you guys said you played Skid Row Garage, right?
Did twice.
Yeah. So my band just played there last night. So that was awesome. I mean,
How many people were there? Was like a good party?
maybe like a good 20, 30.
Yeah, not a
Hey,
lot.
that's
I mean,
pretty awesome.
well, but I think the amount of people, I think it was kind of like people that weren't in bands and weren't friends of bands. It was probably like 10 people. But
Yeah,
it was mainly just like bands playing to bands and friends of bands. But it was still it was still really fun.
those shows are still awesome too. Like I'm glad you had a good time. Skid Row's a
Yeah,
cool
Skid Row,
place.
Skid Row is great.
Yeah.
I feel like with a show, I don't really I mean, it's definitely awesome when there's a bunch of people watching, but like it's kind of like just as cool when there's like 10 people watching at a little show.
Because you're still doing what you love to do with your
Yeah.
brother, your band.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what's your favorite place you visited or toured in?
Oh man, I would that might have to go to Richmond, Virginia. We visited Richmond twice on our past East Coast tour. We played at Bandito's Lounge and Copacabana, and both shows were great. Like, I mean, the scene over there, it's so lively, I mean, we played on a Tuesday and Thursday night, and we played the crowds both nights. I thought Maryland was also great. Like, we played in Edgewood at this Mexican restaurant called Tacos Tijuana's. and it was a highlight on our tour. I mean, like we played to like 80 people. Like it was a packed room. Like I was not expecting that, you know? Like I loved going to every spot we went to on tour. I mean, we didn't go that far down, you know. We went from New Jersey, you know, we played a couple shows in PA, we played in Maryland, we played in Virginia, we played in DC. Virginia was the farthest we went down, and then we circled back up and we played in like Massachusetts, Connecticut, you know. But every
Yep.
spot was great, you know.
I mean, I'm trying to book like a weekend or even like a tour with my band because we get like we've gotten like a show offer, but it's like 3.5 hours away. So it'd be 7 hours of driving total, and my parents don't want to drive me that far. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to make like we're just trying to get like two more shows around it, and um just trying to get that to work.
Yeah, I mean, like that's all you need to do. You know, you could have a little weekender. You know, like I definitely understand. You know, driving 3 hours out for a one-off show, that's a bit much. But I mean, if you build two more shows around it, that's a weekender for you and your boys right there.
Yeah, for sure.
And have you ever gone on like a tour at all? Like, I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't.
so I've not with World of Chaos. World of Chaos has only played 3 shows, and they've been within. They haven't been back to back. But I've gone on tour with the band that I've been with my dad called Thought Control, and just like a few weeks ago, we got back from Texas. That was really
Oh,
fun.
awesome! I want to go to Texas so bad.
It was really cool. So we had 3 shows, but one of them fell through. Um, so we only were able to play 2 shows, and we just had an off day in Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was still like awesome. And we went to the UK twice, but I've only been in the band once for one of them, but I just came with on the first one anyways, just as like a roadie.
Yeah. These are still
But
really cool experiences that you've had though already, like as a musician. Like that's
yeah, it's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I hope World of Chaos gets to like go out to like England and Europe and all those awesome places someday.
Just got to keep grinding. That's what we all
Yep,
got to
that's
do.
it.
We just got to keep grinding.
You just keep
Yep.
playing those shows, and then you get like every show I play, I get like 3 contacts to message for shows,
And that's the
and
name
then
of the game.
it just keeps multiplying. It's like
Oh, it'll keep going, baby. That's the name of the game.
yeah, and then you just have all these. Eventually, you can go out to all these cool places and do like a crazy tour.
Yeah, and book a tour with all the contacts you made. Like that's what I'm trying to do. Like next year, we're trying to go on a countrywide tour, you know, for Chemical X. And like, I mean, through my music page alone, like so many people want us to go so many places, and it's just like I keep telling these people, like it's just me and my band booking. Like it's just us. Like we don't have, you know, it's just us.
Yep.
But
Also, if you guys ever need a place to crash in Delaware, just hit us up. We always have band stay.
you're a legend for that. You're a legend for that. We definitely got to play a show together.
Yep.
It'll happen in time, you know. I'm not sure when the next time we'd come to Delaware because we're gonna go on out to the Midwest on like a smaller run, like 9-10 shows in this November. We're gonna also
Awesome.
speed that up, and then next year we're gonna go on a countrywide tour. So we could definitely stop in Delaware on that tour. I got my
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
You
know?
So I think I already mentioned Rainbow Records. You guys should reach out to them
Dude,
and
I've
try
hit
to
them
get
up
it.
already.
You did?
Well, yeah, I definitely have sent Rainbow Records a message about playing in Delaware, and nothing ever materialized from that, but I have sent them a message. I know that they exist. You know, I've gotten them recommended to me a couple of times by people, you know, so I mean, you know, when the time is right, because I'm gonna be booking this countrywide thing like 6 months in advance, you know, like
Yeah.
that's ample time to be able to lock down at least one date, you know,
I
so.
mean, yeah, our first show was at Rainbow Records, and that was really fun.
See, like when I'm booking this show, like it's all up in the air right now. But I mean, like, what if Thought Control opened the show up at Rainbow Records? You know, the Chemical.
Yeah, totally.
Not Thought Control, World of Chaos.
Oh yeah, I think World of
World of
Chaos
Chaos.
would open.
I,
Yeah,
I
like
don't. Either whichever of your bands could do it. You know, like I mean, I would definitely. All right, all
But-
right. I'll keep that in mind.
That's your band.
Yeah. I mean,
Song
so
Control is just the band you're in.
yeah, the singer like writes everything, and I just play along to it. But I think playing in World of Chaos is more fun. Like because I wrote the majority of like the music. Like
You
I
got more of
didn't
a
write
connection to it.
100% of any instrument. Like I've wrote most of the guitar, most of the lyrics, and like a little tiny bit of the drums.
Very impressive. Very impressive. So okay, so I'll keep that in mind, all right?
Yeah. We'll try to book a show with you guys in Rainbow Records.
We'll meet. Don't even worry about that. We'll meet again or like
Yeah.
meet for the first time. Anyways,
Yeah. So what was your favorite movie or TV show when you were my age?
when I was 12 years old, what was my favorite movie or TV show? I would probably say what was it? Man, oh geez, this is a question. My favorite movie or TV show. Maybe like what was even going on back 10 years ago? It was 2014. Um, dude, I can't even think of an answer to give you.
If you don't have one, you don't have to answer it. It's totally fine.
I'm definitely into movies and shows, but I'm just, like I'm nowadays, with the rise of YouTube and this and that, like I usually just watch like, like stuff on YouTube. But I do watch
Yeah.
movies still, of course. But yeah.
I know it's super like inappropriate, but my favorite TV show right now is South Park.
Oh, that's one of the best shows on TV.
At the Skid Row Garage show yesterday, um, the like day before we had band practice, and we went to Spirit Halloween, and we're just a three-piece, so we bought a Cartman, Kenny, and Stan mask, and we wore them onto stage. We just walked onto stage with them, and we had the going downtown, but gonna have myself time on the
Oh, that's
PA
funny.
playing. And then it was like, once it ended, we just like we just made noise like, "Do-do-do-do, what's up, World of Chaos? This first song is called Tax Evasion," and then we started it.
Oh, you guys are legendary for that. You guys are
Yeah,
great
we
for that.
want to do it again to like more people.
Maybe on Halloween.
Yeah, maybe. Well, if we have a show on Halloween, I mean, we have a show the day after Halloween, except that's like a blues show that we just got added onto, which is funny. It's like a local like blues show, and they put us on it. So I don't know how like the blues fans are gonna react to like screaming thrash.
Halloween show.
Wait, what?
Dude, a
Glitching
show
out.
is a show is a show. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I
For
said
sure.
a show is a show is a show.
Yeah,
So
For
I'm
sure.
sure
I mean,
the Blues crowd like that.
I'm super excited for it. Just I don't know how the crowd's gonna react. They're expecting like blues, country, stuff like that, and then we're just gonna be like
You might scare 'em.
distorted,
You might
heavy
scare 'em away.
guitars. Yeah, I might just be like, yeah, what is this?
Oh, you'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, even if everyone runs away, that'd still be kind of funny.
Yeah,
But
it would be kind of funny.
I don't think they're gonna run away. They just might not like it because it's. I don't care though. I just want to
Oh,
play.
they'll appreciate it. They'll appreciate it. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if we're on whatever type of show. I just want to play.
Oh, of course. That's the name of the game.
So that's. So if you could tell your 12-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
I would tell him to not stop and don't give up and to just keep doing what you're doing because, I mean, that was, yeah, I mean, 12 years ago or 10 years ago when I was 12, I was learning how to play music, and I haven't been actively learning how to play music for a long time at this point, but I do remember how frustrating it could be, learning back then. And, I meet a lot of people today that are like around my age, like early 20s, late like teenage years that like, you'll talk to them and they'll say that, oh yeah, I used to play an instrument, but I stopped, like after, that's the story that a lot of people give. And it's just like, I understand playing music's not for everybody, And when you're a kid, when you're in school, some of these kids might be forced to play music, by their parents or, and then they stop after and that's cool. But I would just tell myself to keep going and to not give up and to keep doing what you're doing.
Also, the good thing about like the World Chaos members in our band is me and the bassist are both homeschooled. So playing shows is pretty easy. So we can play on a week. I mean, we could usually play on a weeknight, just our drummer has to go to school, so he might be really tired in the morning.
Yeah, but it's all worth it. It's
Yeah, it's
all
worth
worth it.
Yep.
But that's cool. You guys obviously you could play shows when you want, obviously. I mean, I definitely think that, school is important, and of course, you probably get talked your ears talked off by
Yeah.
adults, but yeah, that's cool, man. Like just sorry that the drummers gotta wake up early after a show to go to
Yeah.
school.
I mean, I think if World Chaos did like a multiple week long tour, I think the drummer's just gonna have to go homeschooled.
Or go on summer break,
True.
I mean, the first tour that we ever went on, I mean, I was in college, but I still had to wait until my winter break to start to leave, but I mean, you got so much time, Gabe. You've got so much time. Don't even sweat a thing.
Yep,
You're
I
gonna be
know.
fun.
Well, anything to add before we wrap it up?
Oh, anything to add? I would definitely say to be on the lookout for a Chemical X Midwest tour flyer dropping soon, and to be on the lookout for the first ever Chemical X LP, 12 songs, releasing hopefully at the end of this year, hopefully early next year. There's still many things that we have to figure out. Keep an eye out for a countrywide tour next year. We've got a lot of good things in the works and things are starting to pick up for us. So, all I could do is hold my breath, stay grounded, stay grounded, keep grinding, and keep my fingers crossed. And to follow at Chemical XNJ on Instagram if you guys have the time. Gabe, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So what's your Instagram so people can follow you on Instagram? Your drums, yeah.
Okay, so my music page, my personal drum account, it's just SM Drums 02. Just my initial Scott Mangino SM drums, and then 02 2002 is when I was born. At Chemical XNJ is the band page, and no one cares about my personal, so that's all right.
All right. Well, thanks Scott for joining me today, and thanks to all you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week,
Kids of the
bye.
pit. Kids of the pit.
So